hi there. Ready?
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, we want to start with email drafting, like I said last time, but you did not send me an email at there.
I sent you mail
You
half
sent me? Yes.
half an hour before.
Okay,
Alfred Pool 001 at the rate Gmail.
let me just check and then we can open it up. Maybe it's there and maybe it's not there. I can't say. So if I look at the email, oops, almost did. No, I do not have any email from your side. Can you resend it or check whether it was sent?
Oh, what is the email? Can you give me again? But
My email name is Alfred Paul 0001 at gmail.com.
ALFRED.
Sorry?
Spelling ALFRED
Yeah,
PAU.
PAUL 0001 at
Triple
gmail.com.
zero. Okay, 000. I sent it on 00. And
Oh,
someone else. I
yeah.
sent it someone else.
Yeah, so you made some same mistake we were discussing last time. Email ID is like super important. Yeah, 0001. Nowadays it's not possible to have all kinds of your own kind of choice.
Someone get confused maybe right now.
Yeah, I don't think there is anyone else called Alfred called 000 or 001. I own the whole 000 set, but the email is lost. So you can just send it to me. We'll see. Okay, so as you know, email drafting is very important. Is it sent?
Yes, just
If not possible, we can do it next time. We'll just discuss some things on email. Okay, so we can look at the business emails tips. In the meantime, can you see my screen? You cannot see, yeah? Okay, is it sent?
yes.
No, I haven't received it. But in the meantime, you can read what is on the screen. Once again, I'm gonna make you keep on reading this until you send me the email. So it's better you send me an email.
Can you
Like,
show me your email ID once again?
okay, I can even write my email ID for you. It's here, it's my email ID, and it's written right up there on the top. You can forget about the rest. Let me write it down for you, the new email ID. There it is.
I have just sent ALFRED.
You just sent, and
Yes,
might be coming on its way. It has not yet arrived. So while we're waiting for it to come, we can go here. and have a look at this. I cannot proceed without your email because that's what I'm planning to teach you. So number one thing, what's number one required in tactics or tips for sending business emails? As you can see on the screen, read me this paragraph here.
Consider this: every business email you write is like a personal PR agent. What do you what do your what do your emails say about you? This writer of this email is disorganized, creative, thoughtful, unthinking.
Yeah, that's very important. Every email that, especially business email that you're considering sending or receiving, or going through, whatever they get from your side is like, is this writer of the email disorganized? Is he at all disorganized? He doesn't know how to organize the points of his email, or is he creative that he can develop the language and the ability properly, or is he thoughtful? He has some thinking going on, so that's why he's trying to portray his thoughts, or he has no thinking at all. It's just, and he just can't think, and he's going left and right. It's not kind of organized, you know. So that's what we're going to look at when you send us an email here, so that I can see what your mind is writing there. We have a way of judging what the person is thinking and speaking and organizing thoughts when we read something written by that person. So this is very important. You cannot be disorganized. You have got to be creative. You've got to be thoughtful. These two are the important ones. Basically, it has to be good in impression. So read this next line.
Here are 10 tips to ensure that when you write business emails, you give people the right impression.
Yeah. When you write business emails, make sure you give them the right impression that particular moment, that particular email, and that particular idea requires. Okay. So to get that right impression, here's the number one thing you are going to do. You know that very well. What is it?
Stop, think, then write, or don't.
Yeah. First of all, stop, think, should I write or not write? And then when you decide to write, you've got to have a plan that's starting to form up in your brain. Here, read this paragraph.
Are you emailing to say you telephone you have? So what is that you had? I don't know.
The short form for would. You'd. You can just say
You
you'd, or you can just say you would.
are you emailing to say your telephone when the fax goes through? Is a phone call more appropriate? Choosing the right communication medium will increase your chance of being listened to.
Write an email because we want to tell someone to do something for us, or we're responding to them, whatever. But if we are asking them for something to be done, then we must decide, is the emailing to them better, or should I telephone them? Should I fax them? Should I send them through another medium? Should I just message them? Should I just text them? This is very important, and we kind of all think sometimes, but in the rush of things we have available today, we just take anything and we start communicating with it without realizing the pros and cons of the situation. So if you know this is going to be important and better for you to make an email rather than making a phone call, then you would choose an email. Or if it's a phone call that is more appropriate, then you choose a phone call. Choosing the right communication, that's the key to the success of being listened to. You're giving them an idea to listen to yourself. So the right communication medium is extremely important. This is what this think and write. Tip number one is suggesting, make sure you are aware which medium to use, because today we have multiple mediums. We can even make video calls. We have tons of ways. So make sure you're responding the right thing in the right way. If you are responding to emails, of course you want to respond via emails. This is very important. I think you partially understand this, but what you don't realize sometimes is that you have to stop, think, then start writing. You have to make your mind 100% yes, this is for email before you even write. Okay, so read me the second heading here, the second tip.
Prevent premature sending.
Yeah, prevent premature sending. What does this mean?
Uh, Avoid bad means if you are not sure about your email that halfly written or anything that you 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 don't means that badly spelled or half written email is
Spell is
premature.
all here written, but if you just look at this heading, prevent premature sending, can you give it a simple heading here from this heading only?
Okay, so
What does
don't
this mean?
say uh,
Yeah,
don't send e-
yeah,
half.
I'll help you. Don't send hurriedly. Premature means don't send hurriedly. Don't just be in a hurry to send the email. Now, once you have decided you're going, email is the best way to communicate in this situation, take your time. Make sure you check everything. Okay? Most of us hurry up. We write an email and we just want to press the send button. Oh, okay, it's done. But that's not how an email is done. You could do that with a WhatsApp message or a short text message, but you definitely cannot do this, especially in any business email situation. And to make sure that you don't send hurriedly, you first of all do all of these things. Or what are they? Read for me.
To avoid sending a badly spelled half written pile of rubbish, wait until you have written the email before you key in the recipient names. Hitting send too early is a painful, toe curling experience.
It's a painful experience if you hit send very quickly and the person gets it and your email is like not even appreciated. So in case you are one of those people who hurriedly sends email that they are suggesting it to you, do not write the recipient's name until you have fully written the email. Not only that, I suggest you further, once you have written the email and check the spellings and made sure that there's nothing rubbish in the email, then you also need to proofread the entire email before you put in the recipient's name and hit the send button, right? You know what is proofreading, right? Do you know what is proofreading?
I don't know. I don't know the name, but I think I know the. It's
Okay. What's the meaning? Guess it.
proofreading means you are maybe you are confirm what you are writing that is true.
Yeah. Proofreading means going back. For example, this is what I'm writing. I will go back and check everything, not just spellings, but reading sentences and everything. Okay, I have written all the points and everything the way I want, confirming that no
Cross
language is
checking.
correct, no changing is required. Yeah, confirming no changing is required. And if necessary, you may have to proofread it again. If you do correct anything in between, you may have to proofread it again. This is how we do writing in English. We don't just write once. Once we're given a topic, even in an English test, we write it, then we go back and check word by word, correcting anything. Then we go back and check. There's plenty of time. There is no rush to hit the send button. You've got to make sure that it's done perfectly. Okay. So that is what they're saying. Prevent premature sending. by making sure your spellings are okay. Spellings these days are mostly done by the computer, so take advantage of that. And but you also have to make sure that you're not writing any rubbish kind of language. You're not kind of writing any informal language. You're not kind of writing even shortcuts like this one. So this, I don't want it in your writing. I want it in your speaking, but I don't want this in your writing. You're going to write full words, okay? And you're not going to, highlight something unless it is required to be highlighted like this. So unnecessary highlighting can also be bad. All right. So what's the tip number 3? Read it.
Be professional.
Yeah, be professional. That sounds simple. Let's read it, the paragraph.
You lost control of your email as
You
soon
lose
as
control,
sorry
not loss. You lose control.
you lose control of your email as soon as you hit send. So stick to professional language. Out go all east comments, racist, sexist, ageist, genderist. Okay, so I made that last one up, but you get my drift. Even even your own brand of oh so funny humor can cause offense in the wrong hands.
Yeah. Now, can you tell me what this paragraph is saying?
Uh, don't try to become racist or funny. Don't try to write anything which offend someone.
Yeah.
So
All these words are what? These are discriminatory words. We're trying to discriminate. Hey, your color is different. Hey, you're a different race. Hey, you are a different kind of male or female. Hey, your age is this and that. Hey, your gender is the same thing as that actually. This is just a suggestion. The writer also is suggesting. This is just my suggestion. There are multiple ways you can end up discriminating. So do not
right.
discriminate. If you are the boss, you don't discriminate too much between the lower ones or the employees. There is no such thing as lower ones anyway. And if you are the employee, you also do not discriminate between the people you are writing, whether they are male or female, higher age or lower age. This is what we call professionalism. A 22-year-old, 26-year-old, or a 46-year-old in a business environment is a professional. So you don't want to have any such derogatory way of writing. I will say that, but it's not really derogatory. It's discriminatory. You know the meaning of discriminatory, right?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, discriminatory, when we discriminate between somebody, like either because of their color, their religion, even. That's
Right.
another important thing they did not write here, religion or something. Nothing matters. You are in a business email, it's all professional. Nothing. And you know that very well. You are already working in a professional organization, and you know what professionalism is. So you have to be aware of this in your email before you hit the send. After hitting it send, and then you realize it's too late because the person has received it. And you never know how many hands that email will exchange. It can go from one person to 10 to 20, 30. Before anybody even comments, you make sure it is 100% professional, right?
Yes.
That's a very good point. And if you don't follow that, it will be a matter of concern. Let's just go and quickly check if I have received your email. No, I have not received the email.
Refresh. Can you do refresh?
Can I refresh it? Okay, I'll try to refresh it, but wait a second, my emails are showing up there. Okay, so here we go. Uh, I have no way of refreshing it here.
Okay, can I send that email in Zoom chat? In Zoom chat?
Yeah, you when you send it, you can say send it now. There's a way to
Actually, I
send it
sent.
right.
I have
Okay, never mind. We will talk
a
about it
send
next
box.
time. Next time we can talk about it, but it's very important for me to show you your mistakes which are related to professionalism or even to premature sending, hurriedly sending, very quickly sending. So we will look at it whenever it comes. Do not worry. In the meantime, read me point number 4 here.
If in doubt, spell it out.
You read the para.
How well you know your audience will dictate whether you use shorthand, jargon,
Jargon.
abbrev- jargon, ab- abbreviations, and emoticons. If in doubt, spell it out. Always err on the side of being too polite and respectful, particularly when writing emails to business colleagues where translation may be required. Use the
It's the
spell
best.
check.
Yeah, read.
Use the spell check and reread your email before it goes out. Two, two, and two will all be spelled correctly, but which is correct in context, and all you text savvy hipsters out there. I I hate your textile emails. Leave it to the kids.
So what are they saying here? Let me quickly brief it up. Always use the spell check. It's there in the email. Hit the spell check. Make sure your spelling is right. This is a business email. No chance of errors. If your colleague or anybody gets a spelling mistake, they could end up showing it to 10 people and it will all come on your shoulders. You don't want that. It's in your hand when you are going to send it. So why are you hurrying? Do a spell check always. And like I said, reread your email. I already told you to do proofreading. Proofreading is done word by word, making sure that line sentences, words also fit in. Sometimes you can spell two right, but which two is the right one in the context? That's what they're telling you right here. So many other words like that you know very well. And please, for heaven's sake, avoid being a tech savvy hipster like writing shortcuts like this. I hate your text style emails. Oh, this is really bad for business. Now, this one you probably know, but you could end up using that in many other ways also, like this one, txt. This is bad. You can see you were reading it, you found this difficult. What he's saying is, I hate, but you found it difficult to read. So imagine what your business colleagues will think if they get any kind of shortcuts like this, even your or you. Hey, this guy has no business ethics. You is a proper word, YOU, no shortcuts. And I'm not his friend. Even if I'm his friend, I'm right now at the business chair. So leave this kind of nonsense only for kids and unprofessionals. You be 100% professional. That's what they're telling you. So please, these things are all already there with you. You're going to check each one point by point once you've written your email that am I following this rule? Am I following this rule? Am I following this rule? For the first few emails you write, then you will get in the habit of it. Then you can just keep reading this. Okay, number 5.
Be precious, conscious,
So
and
be
clear.
precise. Be
Sorry.
precise.
Be precise, cons- concise,
Concise. Yeah, concise
concise.
and clear.
I just write it once.
It should be concise. Best way to pronounce that.
Concise.
Be precise, concise, and clear. What does this three mean? Can you tell me?
Precise. I
What is the
precise
meaning of
means
precise?
precision.
Precision, right? So what are they saying?
Be
Another,
accurate.
yeah, accurate, exactly. Be accurate. That's what they're saying. Now, concise. What are they saying?
Concise.
Concise means to the point.
Okay.
Okay. Be concise, be to the point. Don't talk here and there. Don't start talking about lunch and dinner and breakfast and all that when you're writing a business email, right? If you have one task to talk about, only talk about that one task. You don't have to start talking about other tasks or pending tasks or overdue tasks. That email is required for that particular situation. So be concise. Concise always means to the point. Be to the point. Don't write any extra things shouldn't be there. And lastly, be clear. Clear means everything you write should be understandable by the person. If it is not understandable by the person, that's also a problem in a business email. Okay, so what these points are elaborating are these points. So read me these bullet points.
Keep it brief.
Right, what does
Use
that
the
mean?
keep proper.
Keep it
Keep it
keep it brief means keep it simple and small.
short.
Like I said, to the point means only that point which you are going to discuss in the email. That's where don't make it unnecessarily big because now you're writing an email so you can have an opportunity to write a story. No, stories don't work. It has to be to the point. Imagine we're looking at this document and it's starting to talk about something else like grammar or like other things we learn every day. It won't be legitimate anymore. It's not to the point. It's not brief. It's not summarized. So keep it brief means keep it summarized. Next one.
Use the subject header.
Yeah, that subject header on the top which says subject. Make sure that you write the subject properly, exactly what the email is about. The subject should tell the whole story. That is like super important. If you don't like the header, you don't normally don't read the article. That's the way it is. So your header should be so good, so precise that the person will read the article, or in your case, read the email. Next,
Get to the point quickly.
yeah, get to the point quickly. Don't end up saying too much hello, hi, hey, whatever. That's not a business professionalism. Get to the point straight away. Simple greetings or greetings of the day, and you get to the point. This is what I'm writing about. Straight to the point. Next,
Use urgent flags sparingly.
yeah, if you are going to write this is urgent, be careful because in a business environment everything is pretty much urgent. Everybody wants their part of the work to be done urgently. So when you're using urgent, you got to make sure it really is urgent. You should use it very very sparingly. Like if only your boss recommended that you use urgent, then you put in the urgent word in there. Otherwise pretty much everything is urgent. That's why we're requesting somebody through the email. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, next point.
Use bullets. Did you see how I cunningly demonstrate by example?
Demonstrated by example. Cunningly demonstrated by example. What he's saying is, look, I use bullets.
Right.
Wherever necessary, use bullets. If you have points like these, just use bullets. It will make things clear. In fact, clearer. Look at this. The fact that the bullets are coming, it becomes a little more readable. If there's too much of writing in the same way, then it becomes an eyesore, a pain in the eye to read. And so people can lose interest very quickly. So wherever necessary, if you have points, then you should use bullet points. Okay, number 6.
Tailor, tailor emails to your audience.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Always open emails.
That means make sure you are writing the material, the whole context of your email to the person you are writing, to the person's concern, to the audience you want to talk to the people you want to send the message to. Make sure that your email is tailored to them. Okay. Imagine if we give somebody a shirt or a pant and it's either too oversized or too tight, it will never fit them. Once it doesn't fit them, it's totally useless for them. So make sure you tailor your emails, you write the context as per their as per the audience, okay? So that it's interesting to them. Now, for that, you can do some of these things. Read.
Always open emails with a hello and use the name that they signed off with.
Yeah,
If you must
read.
if you must send the same email to lots of people, put their address in the BCC box and use just one email address in the two box. This keeps the person's email address private and makes it look like you have taken the time to write a personal email.
Mhm.
Getting technical, there are mail merge functions that do all the hard work for you. Ordering two novice emailers
Movies.
test
Okay.
no novice emailers
Novice means amateur, means not professional email. Test
or
before you go emailing the world. So make sure you know uh, who you are emailing. Don't just go mail merging and sending a lot of mail to a lot of people, not knowing whether it's worthy of it or not, fruitful of it. But even more important, as it says, always open the emails with a hello. So just say hello, sir, or dear sir, and you can start with greetings of the day or greetings. That's it, and then get straight to the point, whatever the email is talking. And if you must send the email to loads of people, means lots of people, then make sure you put their addresses in the right box, some in the CC box, some in the BCC box, and pretty much only one to the two box unless it is absolutely required. Then you can put multiple email addresses to box, right? This is very
right.
important. These kind of things make it. So we'll continue with this after we receive your email. We're running out of email time. I took you through this
I have
very,
sent
sorry,
that email in
can
Zoom
we
message
check?
once.
Can we check it right now?
I
No, I
think
haven't got it.
in
I get my email very fast. It doesn't really bother me.
spam
So I don't know how I can say that.
spam. Can you check it?
Oh, it can go in spam folder? Don't think so. No, your email is not there.
I have sent. I have,
Oh,
yeah,
there it
there
is.
you are. Yes.
It has just come right now. So we're
Nine.
going to, actually you send it at 9, you sent it at 9:05. It came now. Okay, so that's it. Hi should be avoided. You can put hello or you can put dear Manish, sir. Okay, that's important. Hi is reserved in our English for those people who you know quite comfortably well. So like if it's your next colleague who sits with you and you're very friendly with that person, then maybe you can use hi. Or people you meet every day, then you say hi to them. But
Okay.
if you're not sure who this person is or what they're doing or who it is going to, then you always want to write dear Manish sir, or you will want to put hello at the second best situation. Hi is for those people who you know very well. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
in this case, you know me, so you can definitely write this. But in a professional email, you also want to avoid this unless it's absolutely required. Now, why is my email not scrolling down? There it is. Seclor is a software which provides data-centric solution to organization. Seclor enable discover, classify, protect, and track sensitive data of an organization. So here you have an English problem. You can see Seclor enables is better than enabled. So you forgot to put an S. Now this is the kind of thing that the spell checker would correct for you. So you have to proofread your document once again and again before you send it. Seclor enables discover, classify, etc. And look, there is no space after comma, after the first comma. That is all. It is like not putting a bullet point where it's required, so it like kind of bothers the eyes, and it also shows your level of English. Then they will say, okay, where did he get his English from? He got it from Manish, sir. I can't believe it. So you want to make sure that you write it properly. And track sensitive data of an organization. Secure tracks unauthorized sharing, comma, space is required there. Prevents unauthorized access, provides email security. Again, space is required here. Insider threat protection, application data security, DLP value optimization, and it should be here, and IP protection. Everything, right? English is very important. However, the good thing is you have sent me an email, and the great thing is you are getting straight to the point. You are trying to introduce something which you're going to say that we should buy Seclor or something, read about it. Then you say Seclor protects the data throughout the life cycle of data, irrespective of location. Now here, S should be capital and there should be a space right after the full stop. Do not let these kind of mistakes make your email look low in quality, especially the S, which is gone small. Secure protects a wide range of file types, almost all from vulnerability. So you mentioned Secure, but you didn't say what should be done. Should we buy Secure, or should we go for Secure, or should the person definitely contact someone from your organization to get Secure? You should have written something here, uh, trying to get to the main point of why you are introducing this Secure. So you could have written something like, so please go for it, and here's the contact or something like that. Okay. I like the thanks and regards. This is totally professional. Keep it that way. And the name is there. That is just fantastic. If necessary, you can also add your own email ID at the bottom. Sometimes people just reach at the bottom and hit the email ID and it goes straight to compose there. Now they will have to go back all the way, look for your email ID, and still they don't get it here. They get only the name. So it's a good idea to write your email ID, especially if you're writing first timer to a person or something like that. Nice one though. So keep that up. Let's go back. I hope you learned something from the email. Did you learn?
Yes, yes, I know.
Yes. So we're gonna make it even more professional till the next time we get through that. And that's it. So we'll take care of the rest next time. Let's move on to our next topic, which is, of course, our great grammar. So for grammar, all right, I have a situation here. I do not have it listed. Okay. So coming back on my screen, can you see me?
Yes,
Okay, great. So I'm just going to take 1 second to activate my Word because I think it's not opened for some reason. Okay, it's activated now. And I'm back. I'm going to show it to you on the screen. Then we do our usual grammar stuff. As you know, last time in grammar, what we did very well. I don't know if we have that by any chance. Oh my God, we have it. So computers are great. They're starting to remember things and keep them for us safe. So you can see we did this kind of things last time.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
We have already done this tense, which is called the present simple tense up here. And we've
yes,
also done the negative parts of the present simple tense. We did the last time. So now it's obviously the question ones. Let's have the question table also set up. And for the question, will it be subject first? No, it will definitely be the helping verb first, then the subject, and lastly, the object, right? I might as well bold it right away so we don't have to worry about bolding it later on. Now, helping verb. Take a look at the lines above. Any one of those, we're going to convert them into a question. How are we going to do that? Sorry? Do?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yes.
Do
I
you
do you.
drive? Something like that?
Yes. 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 Right. Yes.
Right.
Sir.
So don't follow these capitalization in your emails and all that. Huh? This is a, because it's in a table, so the D is going capital
Yes.
and the
Yes.
Y is going capital. So make sure you write it properly. And the same thing will be for all of them. You
Yes.
can just put here, you,
You.
I, we, and they, etc. Right? And whatever the objects are, the objects can be, oh, sorry, I just removed our object, drive. So there it is. And then, but the second one, he, she, it, again, the same way as I told you to remember he, she, it, or third person, same method will
Yes.
work. For this one, you will put does.
He. She.
You can say, does he, and take the next word, swim.
Right.
And we are on the target. Don't worry about that message. And does he,
He.
she, and it, one of them. Of course, they should all be lowercase. I don't know why I'm typing in uppercase, just because I'm seeing the table. I get a habit of doing it in uppercase because it's in the table. Right.
Right.
That's all. That's it. So the method is just the same. Like I said, he, she, it, he, she, it, does. He, she, it, does not. And if you look at, sorry, if you look at the one before it also, he, she, it, does, or goes, or any of those changing forms of the verbs. Clear?
Yeah.
Or another way to remember is third person, singular, because he, she, it can also be a name of a person. For example, Aditya. Does Aditya swim? It's right to put it here and not put it there. You cannot say, do Aditya swim? Can you do that? No, because he's a third person, singular person we're talking about, so he will come in this category. Clear? Yeah, we'll look at it. Don't worry. We're going to the grammar book. I know that's where you want to go. So we're going to open up the grammar book and head straight to our present simple questions. We've already done a different question time some units back, and that was the present continuous questions. Now we're doing the present simple questions. The present continuous always required ing. Okay, but this one is just present simple. Read this line for me first.
Present simple question.
Right. Read the first
Positive
positive one.
sentence. Yes. I work effectively.
I
Do
work
I?
effectively.
Yes.
Yeah. Next one.
Do I work effectively?
You can see this is the simple tense line and this is the question line. Do is there with I, so it is right. And there is our verb and the object. And anything that we need after the object is also there, or with the object is also there. Do I work? Or do I work effectively? Do I work properly? Do I work in a fantastic way? These are correct sentences. What's the next one?
We throw trash in the
In the dust.
dustbin.
Okay, read it.
Do we throw trash in the dustbin?
Do we throw trash in the dustbin? That's fantastic. Now I'm going to cheat with you a little bit. Here's your line. You type very fast, right? Now make a question.
You type very fast.
Sorry? Question.
Do you type very fast?
Do you type very fast? Perfect. Okay, this one.
They like animated movies. Do they like animated movies?
Hey, this one.
Ravi eats green vegetable. Does Ravi eat green vegetable?
Very good. And the way you were going to make the mistake and you corrected that, I want you to do that. Do not proceed if you see a mistake. Okay, next one.
Jaya travels by train every day. Does Jaya travel by train every day?
Yeah, fantastic. Next.
His car runs on CNG.
Hmm?
Does
What's
this
that?
car does this car run on CNG?
Yes. And how can you verify? There. That's exactly what you spoke, which is what I want from you. So good thing you have these question types already in your mind, so we can proceed to other things. Remember, your S has been creating problems, so you are concentrating on the S already. Keep doing that. Just like you corrected instantly, keep on working. As soon as your brain picks that S mistakes, you try to correct it. Don't let it go. If you let it go, the wrong one will become habit in your brain and it will stick. And that will be big problem for you. Okay, read what this girl is saying to this boy.
Do you drink green tea? Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay, you can see how the question is used in any type of context. And it's very important that we know how it's used and what its exact context and word order is. So first of all, read this line for me.
It is used to ask about facts, universal truth, routine activities, and habit.
Yeah, just like the last questions we did, this one is also used for that same type of person. But we can not only have these kind of questions, do you usually say, or does internet shopping, we can also have this in front of them. Do not forget that. Not only the helping verb, all those which we did, we can also have these type of this. What, how, why, when, where, etc. All the 7 types of questions, right? Always be aware of them. And we can have them in front of do, or we can have them in front of does to make another type of question, which is basically the similar type of question, but it's different. Does internet shopping work? What is the meaning of this question? Does internet shopping work?
Uh, yes or no type. Does internet shopping works? It's work fine or
Yeah.
not
So
at
they're
all?
just asking, does it really work? Does this internet shopping is works, or it's a useless thing like that? Now we put a how in front of it. How does internet shopping work? Can you tell me the meaning of this line?
How means
Sorry?
uh, how does internet shopping work? It means
Yeah.
how
Yeah. So
means
basically, now the person is asking, how does internet shopping work? What do you have to do? What do I have to run? What do I have to use as an application? What do I do to get internet shopping working? So you can see just the does alone is a different question. As soon as one of these is put, it's a different question, right? We can also put
yes.
why. Put here, why does internet shopping work? What does that mean? Why does internet shopping?
Why does internet?
Yeah, why does internet shopping work? What are they saying?
Yes, there's a why it's working.
Yeah, why is it working? How comes it's not working, or how comes it works? That's what they're saying. So why does it? So you can see whatever word we put here in front of that changes the context. In fact, you can even put other multiple words like how often does internet shopping work? Now tell me the meaning of this.
How often does which one?
This one. How often does internet?
How often does internet shopping work?
Yeah,
Means always it's
it's always
every
works.
time.
Yeah, so you're giving me the answer. That's right. So how often does internet shopping means? How many times does it work? Does it work all day? Does it work only when we have internet? How often does it have a time frame? Does it work only on weekends, Monday to Friday, or 10 a.m. to 8? These kind of things. How often does it work? Every hour? Does it work every hour, half an hour? What we put before this to extend the question actually goes into the deep level of the question and changes it. So make sure you know all the types of questions and you keep on practice. Actually, you know most of them, but for our sake, we want to make sure before you do the exercise, right? You think you can do that?
Yes, sir, I do.
Sorry?
So I have little question about that.
Yes,
Uh,
which one? Which
example
one?
number example number two. When does Rahul have breakfast? So whenever I read that, if you are talking about third person Rahul, so
Okay, when
why
does
there is
Rahul have breakfast? Oh, this one? You're talking about this one
example
here?
number two?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So why there is no has? Why we are putting have there? We want
Where would
to.
you put as? Where would you put as? Tell
I
me.
don't know. Whenever I read that, if
You don't
in
need to
terms
put
of
as. You don't need to put as.
given.
We already changed the do to does. Once you have a does s kind of work, you just don't need another as kind of work. The as is part of it. Does. We only follow this structure. Only one helping word, only one subject, and only
Hello,
one verb form,
hello,
and then our object. Okay, like that.
hello.
So where will as come? Won't come. When does as Rahul have breakfast? No. When does Rahul as have breakfast? No. When does Rahul have as break? No way. Cannot come. This is the right context. So I'm a little bit confused why you are confused with as. There is no purpose of as here. As just means like
So,
as
if
of
there is no
today.
question, if I want to say Rahul uh, did breakfast, or so in plain positive sentence, there the has will come here. If I want to say Rahul, just Rahul has
Has?
breakfast, in
No, no,
that
no.
terms has will come.
Okay, you are talking about has. Yeah, you can make with has also. I thought you were talking about as. You can also put has here,
Hello.
okay, but that's a different question. When means time frame. When does Rahul have breakfast? What time does Rahul have breakfast? Is it 7 a.m.? That kind of question. Second, another type of question is, does Rahul have breakfast? Does Rahul really have breakfast or he never has
Okay.
breakfast? It goes without breakfast. In the same way, you can put has Rahul had his breakfast? Means, did Rahul eat his breakfast? Or has Rahul eaten his breakfast? So, has Rahul finished eating his breakfast? So, yes, has is also there and it does the same thing. We're not writing it here, but it's also there. It's also a helping verb. So, you can start with a has. It's a helping verb. Has Rahul
Right,
eaten
got it.
breakfast? Got it? Did you get it or not? Or am I on a different wavelength?
I'm
No?
getting. Actually, I, I don't know why, but internet connection. I am losing my internet connection.
Sorry, I can't hear
So
you speak.
sometimes your voice is dropping.
Oh,
Your
sometimes the
your
voice is
voice is
getting cut.
dropping. Something internet connection. Internet connection. Yes,
Yeah, maybe it's internet
I think
connection.
internet
Okay,
connection. Yes, my
but
side
yeah,
internet connection is
I can just
dropping.
tell you very quickly, has is helping verb. So you can put has. You can make a question with has, though the meaning is different. Has Rahul eaten breakfast? Has Rahul eaten breakfast is completely right. So you're right. You can make with has. Has is also a helping. It is an HV. It's just like does. It's just like do. You can also put have. Have they eaten breakfast? Have will be used for multiple people. Your have will come here and your has will come here. Okay. Right now we're just
Got it.
focusing on. It's also a helping verb. That's a different type of question. So what you can do in your free time, write all these kind of questions and make these questions, and you will see that has a different meaning, does has a makes the different question, and with when or with any of these makes a different question of the same line. So make multiple of them. You will be doing this automatically in your exercise over here. So you will be fine with it, right? But here, right now, we're just focusing on these things like this. I hope I answered your question. Is that clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay, any other questions?
No,
No? Okay, so we go to the last
no,
part. Sorry? No questions?
no, I don't have any question.
Okay,
No.
so here I am back on the screen with you. Let's go to the last part of today's activity. We're going to do another one of those vocabulary antaksharis. Remember that? Just to get you in the mood of talking in English. Not all the time grammar and everything. So give me a vocabulary word, then give me a meaning of that word, quick meaning, not you don't have to explain too much if you don't want to. And then give me synonyms, give me words that match that vocabulary word, as many as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 or 7, as many as you can. Then just stop at any word. Then from that letter, you will begin the next vocabulary. Let's try. So think of one vocabulary word.
Meeting. I don't
Okay. What's the meaning?
know. This meaning is that people discuss some topics.
Yeah.
Some
Okay.
topic.
So any synonyms, related words?
Meeting.
Can you think of words which match meeting?
Discussion is there, but discussion is not there.
You can give simple words also like communication. However, a congregation and things like that are there very quickly. And you can just say uh, discussion. Okay, something like discussion, right? You can say a meeting is a discussion or a talk or conversation. So many words are there. Now give me any of these words anyway in your own order. Don't follow my order. Give me these words.
Important.
Okay, okay, you're giving me a new word. Okay, important. Actually, that's not what I'm intending to do. What I'm saying is that we have communication, we have talk, and we have congregation, whatever. So if you stop at talk, that is your last word. Then you take T, and then you think of a vocabulary beginning with T. Okay, this is going to make your mind think that way forcefully. Okay, so let's say you stopped at talk. The meaning of meeting is conversation, congregation, discussion, talk. You stopped at talk. Now give me a vocabulary with T.
Vocabulary.
Any word.
Turn.
You can give any word. Traffic,
This.
tumultuous, if you want to make a real vocabulary.
Thesaurus. Traffic.
Tolerance.
Thesaurus. Tolerance.
Okay, tolerance. Now meaning.
Meaning of tolerance is
Yeah,
can tolerate.
yeah. We can tolerate. We can let it go, etc.
Yes.
Now give me some words related to it.
Synonym of tolerate.
Yes, synonyms of tolerate or tolerance. You can even give simple words. Hang on, if you're not getting
Like
words, you can say, yeah,
allow,
allow, that's it, or something
permit,
like that. Wait,
allowed, permit,
forgive, yeah. And then when
let
you
it.
stop at the next one, you stop at forgive, then you take F and you go on and choose another word. So learn how to play this in front of the mirror. If you're getting bored of English or you need some freedom time, then you can do this thing. When you come and do it in front of me, you should get faster and faster then until you can do at least 3 or 4 words in front of me like that in this small time frame. Okay?
Yes. I will try. I know words, but at that at time I gone blind. I don't
Yeah.
know why, but
Okay. So always keep things like vocabularies and etc. handy.
yes.
Then also you did not submit your last homework. Did you do that?
Yes, I did 60 to 70%. I'll do after class and I'll say today.
Okay, fine, no problem. Whenever you get the time, you do that. All right. So I'll see you tomorrow now at the same time.
Yes.
Did you enjoy the lesson today?
Yes. I enjoyed
Did
lesson.
you?
I learned
Yeah. What did you learn?
email proper email drafting and where 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 there is chances of error and how to rectify those errors. There is key points we need to uh, need to what can I say?
Focus on. Right. And you realized that your email could have a lot of things like an ending is missing in it. In the ending, always, or in the ending of the email, always describe the whole thing very quickly, like a subject point, very quickly. Okay, what is your main objective? Hey, buy our secure product or whatever you're saying. So that's very important. Plus all the spaces and etc. Punctuation is very important. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. You have
Yes,
fun.
yes, yes. Yes.
Good
Same here.
practice in front of mirror. Bye. Take
Bye
care.
bye. Take care. Good night.